Good afternoon, people. Welcome to this live stream of Football Manager 2019 Ajax Moneyball. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is the first time that I've actually streamed Football Manager. It's not a game that I play consistently. However, it is a game that I've played. Did I say Championship Manager or Football Manager? It is a game that I've played since Championship Manager 2. So it's a game that I kind of play offline normally, but really enjoy. And I just thought, you know what? I want to do something in Football Manager, but I don't know what I wanted to do. So I've kind of been sat around for the last few months thinking about things I can do within the game. And a couple of nights ago, I started to watch Moneyball. Moneyball is a 2011 movie directed by Bennett Miller, starring Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. And, sorry, I'm trying to do like 6 things at once here. So, copy that. Sorry about this. I thought I'd be a bit more prepared as I went live, but I'm not, so I'm just going to post this quickly. Okay, I think that's that done. And if I can just copy it, send it, and then I'll also send it into Barron's, I think. Okay, so yes, it's 2011 film by Bennett Miller. It was all about. It was actually written, sorry, by Steve. I'm gonna just got a couple of names here: Steve Zilalian or Steve Zilaliel, can't remember, and Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin's a really good movie writer in particular. Starring Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill. It's all about the Oakland A's, Billy Beane and the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's were, to go into it, a small time Major League Baseball team with very little money to spend in comparisons to the teams that, even if you're not connected to baseball, you would know them. So the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. These teams had a phenomenal amount of money to spend, and the Oakland A's had very little. I think if you maybe want to look at it in terms of football, it's somewhere in the region of, you know, Manchester United and a Burnley, a Middlesbrough, something like that, like a small market team. And he managed to make them semi-successful using something called sabermetrics. Sabermetrics is a way of tracking stats, which is probably used a lot more in football these days, actually, than it's ever been used. And I think Football Manager is really good for it because you've got every little stat in front of you, and you track certain stats, and you make player choices based around those stats. Well, that's what my intention is to do here, is to take this Ajax team and actually start building a team through Moneyball. Now, Ajax don't really need to save that much money. Why? Because they constantly have a turnover of players. Every now and again they hit the big time, as they have this year in the Champions League. They're having a really good run in the Champions League. So what does that mean for the future of Ajax? Well, unlike a Manchester United or a Barcelona, where you start saying, oh, well, the future's really bright for the next, 3 or 4 years, Ajax are going to get gutted at the end of the seasons. All the big teams are going to come in, pay them a lot of money, take the players away, and Ajax are going to be back where they were, working with the current talent that they have. So I just thought they were a really good idea for Moneyball, with the idea of one day maybe winning the Champions League, which Ajax haven't done actually for a long time. Maybe they'll do it this year, who knows? I don't know if the team this year is really has enough experience, but we'll have to see if that actually turns out or not. Okay, so we're going to go through the team and through some of the things that decisions I've made beforehand. Now, I'm going to look off to the side every now and again because I've got loads of notes and stuff that I wanted to follow. So, first things first is my tactics. I'm gonna explain my tactics first off. At home, I'm gonna play a 4-4-2. Pretty standard 4-4-2 with wingers. My wing backs are attacking, so my wingers are attacking. So it's gonna leave a little bit of space out wide, but we'll see how we deal with that. Basically, defending defenders and supporting midfielders. Then away from home, I'm going to actually have a 4-4-1-1. Again, the wing backs and wingers will attack, the defenders will defend, and the midfielders will support. But so will the attackers. It'll kind of be a group thing. And then as a last swing at the back, if I ever get in serious trouble, I've got a 4-1-4-1 wide with a defensive midfielder, which looks kind of 50-50, but it's actually more attacking than it would seem. So that's the tactical setup there, and that's how that's going to play out. Now, some rules that I've given myself for the game so that I can kind of not cheat the way to success, but use my experience to win maybe more than I should or something. The first one is staffing. I am going to rely on my staff. The only thing that I am going to control is the scouting part of this game, because although how can I put it? Although somebody would say, well, you know, maybe you should leave it to the director of football or the chief scout. You should actually, in sabermetrics, you should leave it to your chief data analyst. But I know that the way this game plays, that they are not going to do the job that I tell them to do regardless. You know, I think the scouting part of this game still needs a lot of work to it. The managing, or at least the director of football, really needs to kind of steer the scouting in the ship in the right way. In the past I've set certain things with the director of football that I've asked him to do, and then I come back at the end of the season and it's not been done. So I'm going to control it, and I'm going to sit mainly in control of it. I'm going to try and take on some more data analysis, because Ajax are quite low with them, and I'm going to actually see if you can actually invest more money in that section. And I am going to trust my data over my own personal decisions. I am going to use the scouts to make certain decisions for me, so I will trust the scouts when they're talking about potential and stuff like that. I'll try to trust them when they're talking about potential, but the stats must be in the right ballpark for me to actually take the player on. So if the player's got really, really high potential but really low sabermetric stats, or not sabermetric stats, but the stats that I deem important are really low for the previous season, he won't be getting signed. If his friend next to him has really good stats, but maybe his potential is lower, that will be the person I'm going after. What I'm trying to do is, I don't care if there's a turnaround every season. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is working on this kind of Moneyball idea of bringing in cheap players and selling high players. I will allow myself, depending on what I sell, I will allow myself a certain amount of play money, if you will. So every now and again, if there's a superstar that I know is going to be a superstar, then I'm going to allow myself the money to purchase that player, because I think it's important to reinvest some of that money back into the team. I think it would happen in reality. Hey Dave, how's it going? Yeah, touch wood. Okay, so looking at the coaching staff, we've actually got a pretty decent coaching staff. Surprisingly for Ajax, we are looking not very good. We're good at attack, which is obvious. Fitness with a 4th, which is strange. Mentality, we should be highest. We're not. FC Utrecht is. which is strange because I'd have thought they have them. We should have, yes, we should have the best technical ability and tactical ability. We should, in theory, have those as the best. Our scouts are looking pretty good, although I'm gonna go through them quite quickly. Now, I'm gonna be honest and say this is gonna be a mix-up of a live stream at times and some short videos, because anybody who plays Football Manager knows that you can't just sit here and watch me play it. We'll be here in 5 or 6 days and we might have only got past through the mid-season, so you're going to have to understand that if you want to follow me doing this, that there's going to be live streams where I will answer questions. If anybody's got any questions, I'll answer them, but there's also going to be shorter videos during the weeks to kind of fill that out. So looking at the squad now, what I've done is I've sent down to the B team some of the players that are injured. So young and injured kind of was my thing. So you see these 3 guys here, Sinkgraven, Bande and Dolberg have all been sent down. That's because I just want them to recuperate, get back to full potential, and then we'll bring them up to the squad. Now, if there's certain selection things, I don't know much about the league, the Dutch league, but if there's certain selection specifications, then I'll call them back up and maybe select them, or I'll have to leave them down for the year if they're not going to do well. However, I have sent 3 people down, so I do have the option of bringing 3 people up. And so immediately looking at, we've got Dennis Johnson. He seems okay. We'll have a quick look at him. He's got good acceleration and good pace. Got pretty good physical traits all along. Not very strong, but that doesn't really matter for Ajax. So we'll probably bring Dennis Johnson up to the first team in replace to one of the players we've had to send down. We've got Karel Eiting here. Let's have a look. I'm guessing he's Dutch. Yes, he's Dutch. This Dutch youngster. He's got, his acceleration's not good and his pace isn't good, so I'm not going to call him up. I need fast players. In any top league, you need fast players, but he does have good potential ability, so we're going to kind of leave him down there. Everybody else under that, Nicholas Kunt, Danilo Pereira, are all, their ability's just not good enough, so there's no way that I'm gonna call them up. I'm gonna have a look at the under-19s just to see if we have anybody of spectacular ability, but unfortunately we don't. I'll have a quick look at them just to see if they've got any physical stats that are going to make me think they could handle being in the top of the team. So he's actually got pretty good. Ryan Gravenberch. Let's see where he's from. He's Surinese. He's from Holland, so it's probably Gravenberch actually. Right. So I might actually let him, if we sign him to a contract. So we'll see what his existing contract is. This is a hot prospect, so we'll give him full time. We'll knock him up and we'll put him on. I think we'll try him on. I'm gonna have a standard price for anybody who's in the first team. So as soon as they get called up, if I call somebody up to the first team, they'll get more money. And I think, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and give him some money. Sorry, I was just checking something off stream there. So I'll give it, and we'll give him 11,000 as a sign-on fee. Let him get himself some money on a house or something. So he's come back and he wants more. So we'll go. I'll go 1-2. I don't mind the loyalty bonus. To be fair, it's not a ridiculous amount of money. Yearly wage rise, I'm quite against yearly wage rises, and I don't mind having wage going up when they've hit a certain amount of games. That's no problem to me. So I'm going to offer this contract. Okay, and we've fallen out with his agent, so that's no problem for me. So he won't be playing. Victor Jensen, let's have a look. I'm the manager, not him. So Victor Jensen, he looks all right. He's on a contract, so we might just call him up. If he doesn't play well in pre-season, we'll send him back down again. It's no big issue. And I might actually just have a quick look at the B team, just to see if there's anybody on those attributes who looks like they're really, really good. So let's have a look. They need good pace. So it's the first 3, and they have good acceleration. Okay, so let me just go back to selection info. They're not great players. Actually, we've got Chain Nunley here. This guy could. Yeah, the new CG. I'm gonna give it a go, Dave. When it comes up, I'll do it in the stream. I'm probably gonna stream Elite tonight, and I'll stream a little bit on Wednesday as well. Well, his technical abilities are good. His mental's okay though. So Chain Only, we'll send him up. Chain Only. Senior squad. Okay, so that's pretty much the squad like half sorted out at the moment. I'll put the positions back in. Okay, so let's start with the main thing. So the first things first is staffing, responsibilities of staff. So obviously chairman does everything. I'm gonna go with the hire and fire of director of football, just because I don't want the chairman bringing people in and knocking people out. I'm not going to fire my current one. I'm going to act as though I'm having a really good relationship with him, and I might even run some scouting things past him if he's good enough. I'm going to do the same for the hiring and firing of the head of youth development. It's Marco Overmars, actually. Wow, what a player he was! If only we could get people in his ballpark. So I'm gonna deal with, as I said, all that stuff, all the hiring and firing of coaches and stuff, because it's gonna have to be within my. I'm taking kind of the place of the director of football. Although I'll be manager, I'm gonna allow the team to deal with a lot of the managerial stuff. So hire and fire everybody there. That's fine. I'll handle all the finances. I'll handle all the contracts. All this is going to be in my ballpark too. Yep, all that. You look at the people. This is one of the reasons why I think Ajax do well, is because you look at the people who are connected to them. You got Van der Sar, you got Overmars. I'm sure there's other people in the scouting and stuff like that. And you know that these people all have a history with the club. Set scout assignments will be me. Now, this is where I'm going to do it a bit different. Update you on the players your scouts have found. That's going to be my chief scout's going to do that. Handle scouting meetings. I'm going to give that to myself at the moment because I don't actually know how that part works. Now, here you go. Plan general training for the first team. That is going to be my assistant manager. Individual training for first team players. I think I'm going to take that. And the reason is that even though I'm going to bring certain people in, I want them to play certain positions, so it's going to be me that deals with that. Individual training again in the B team is going to be me, and individual training for the under-19s will be me as well. I'm going to leave everything for the kids up to my head of youth development. Okay, so we know that that's going to be the situation there. It's just going to kick me out when I confirm. No, okay. So, first team responsibilities. Receive training emails for Ajax, yes. Arrange friendly matches. Training email? Yes, I do want that. Handle team talks, me. Tactical briefings can be my assistant manager. Press conferences should be me, really. New player signings. Okay, I'm gonna allow Mark Overmars to do that because it's a press conference. I think I'm going to allow Mark Overmars to do it. Tunnel interviews will be me. Opposition instructions will be me. Manage friendly matches. I'm going to manage friendly matches as well. Player search advice. Okay, that's. I wish you could turn that off, but I'll put it down to head coach. Coach report advice should be on my assistant. Handle auto picking selections. If I do it, will be the assistant manager, I suppose. Okay, let's confirm that. B. Team manager arranges friendly rights and go. Okay, use first team tactics. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Ask which first team players are available for this team. Oh, that's a hard. I'm going to let him do that. So that's an interesting one. We can set first team players who are in need of match team fitness. Something I'll think about. Ajax under 19s, okay. Okay, so Player development should be, I guess, Schroeder, but I might need to get an extra coach in who knows a little bit about that so I can get some real information on that. I'm going to set him as the, and then that'll have to be the assistant manager. I might actually switch my assistant manager out. Training, I want reports every week. Player development can come at the end of every month. Transfers and contracts, I think that can be at the end of every month as well. And backroom teams should probably be maybe every week, actually. Okay, so I'm puffing because I'm a little bit nervous about this. I do have an overall balance. It's good balance. I've got a wage budget. We're currently spending on our committed spending because I have set it so that we can't make any transfers at the beginning of the game. Okay, scouting. This is a really important part for me. This is going to be the meat and gravy of what we do and how we do it. So I'm going to go into the assignments section and yeah, we'll have our chief data analysis look at the next ongoing person. Now this is where I'm going to look down now because I've got my little pad. There's certain countries that I've looked at the Ajax team of the players that are currently there. And then there's certain general countries where I think that we should be scouting. So I'm going to look at the quality of the scouts, because some of them aren't very good, so we might have to sack one or two and bring in one or two. I'm going to make that decision as I'm selecting certain things. So we're going to have particular places that we're going to go after. So I've made a little checklist here because I felt it was really important. So my first scout, my most important scout, who is Henk Veldmeijer, is going to be scouting Portugal, because I think in the future Portugal is going to be producing some really good players. It does mean we have to fight off Porto and Benfica for the best players they have, or for the youth intake coming in, but I just think that we might be okay for doing that. So we'll put the nation of Portugal in here. That really doesn't matter. We're going to use Henk Veldmeijer. It's going to be ongoing. It's never going to stop. And we're looking for hot prospects. I'm not going to actually give a similar player or anything. We're going to add some conditions. So one of the things I really want to add as a condition is... Why is that blanked out there? Don't know. Oh, because it's why can't I change them? Have I picked something that's... Oh no, it's a standard thing. Okay. So what about if I take that off? Can I add a condition in there? Age. Okay, I can. Okay, so we'll age is at most, we're going to say 21. And then we're going to have potential ability. We need it to be very good minimum. Okay. The players need to have pace, acceleration, balance, and I'm gonna have a look at natural fitness and stamina. Strength, I'm gonna look at that. I think that's something we can definitely train up in them. But those things are going to be very important to what I'm looking to get out of it. So that's the first one down. The next one is why has he gone to... No, I don't want that one going on. Edit assignment. Because I didn't set it, so... Okay, cancel that one. Okay. Right, okay. So, hang on. It's done that one, and then it's knocked this one off. Why has it done that? Cancel. Unless it's just standard. Maybe it's standard. Okay. Okay, so next one we're gonna go on. This is gonna be for the home the home turf. We're going to get John Steen Olsen to do this one. So we'll create that. So this is going to be in the Netherlands. Why is it not showing up, or am I going blind? Or maybe we should do it. Oh, maybe it's because... Was it under Holland? Yes, it was. Why did they say Holland for the Netherlands? Bit strange. Okay, right, so again... 1, 2, 3, and balance. Want some balance in there. So we're going to have age is at most 21. Actually, we might be able to bump that up a little bit here because these are homegrown players. So I'm gonna put 23, and potential ability of very good too. And that's going to be ongoing. And I've forgotten his name now. John Steen Olsen. There we go. Okay, so we'll start that assignment. Okay, next one. Next door neighbours, Belgium. They're another important one. Urbian Hayesert. I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm not pronouncing it correct, let me know. Where is he? There he is. Ongoing. Bim bam boom. He's going to be in Belgium. And we're going to go after those. Oh, really? I will have a look at that game. I haven't even looked at the reviews or anything yet. So I'll have to. Because at most... Belgium, because they're next door, we might go with 23 again. I will get onto a pre-season game at some point. It's just the scouting part is the absolute fundamental part of what I want this game to be. So I'm going for people next door, some people in Europe and stuff like that. Okay, next one. Underrated, I think, for this game. It's not going to do you very well in certain leagues. But as a provider, I think it's very, very good in some of the kind of smaller leagues, if you will. Is 1 second? Is who was I going to choose for this one? Because I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten who I was going to choose. Roy Wessling. Okay. So let me just choose him, Roy Wessling. So Wesseling, sorry. Is Denmark. Denmark, I think, produces some really good players. If you're in England in the first division, in the championship, you can get some good players from Denmark. They're not going to necessarily help you in the Premiership once you get up there, but they'll help you get there. And then once every now and again, you'll find a really nice one. So, definitely worth keeping an eye on. And I think in this game. I think they might be good for Ajax. And Ajax actually do have a few Danish players in the team. So I think adding a few more is going to be good for us ongoing. So there's Denmark. Right, along with Denmark, don't produce as many good players, but I do want a few of them with us. So Michael Dosberg. We're going to go and have our guys... Michael Dosberg, cover Scandinavia. And actually, if you look at this guy's scouting knowledge, he's actually in the Scandinavia area. So I must be doing something along with how things are in reality. So maybe I'm making some good decisions here. We'll have to see. So I'm going to have him go to... we're actually going to do it as the continent. No, the region, sorry. Of Scandinavia. And again, we'll probably let it go up to 23 for this one because we really want to find some players who might just be able to fit straight in. So that'll be ongoing as well. Okay, now, Fred Arroyo, he's gone. I've got some money. We'll terminate his contract. We'll actually ask for a mutual termination. And Hans van der Sea is another one who I'm going to ask him if he will take a break. So this one I don't know. Okay. So Tony Bruns slot, the same thing. We're going to ask him to take a mutual termination of his contract. Sounds good fun though. Okay, so I knew you were going to sit on there, you little fuck. Right, so let's start trying to move on a little bit here. My aim is to keep this around this video around 2 hours, and then the other videos will be micro videos of maybe 20-30 minutes and something like that. So live half an hour, so kind of on schedule. Doesn't seem like I'm going to be too much behind. So, yep, we've asked those players to be released. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my inbox and actually read through some of the emails and stuff. So in a surprise move, Ajax have hired Michael Lett, that's me, or Swifty, as their new manager. The 40-year-old is reportedly delighted to be given the opportunity to hone his management skills at Johan Cruyff Arena A, and the Goodenzonen supporters will certainly be hoping that he can take their team to new heights, despite the fact that he's never managed a team before. He replaces previous manager Erik ten Hag. So, yep, the board are going to say that they've got my full backing, blah, 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 blah. I've got an ex-contract. Mark Overmars is... Hey, Young Jay, how's it going over there on Twitch? Is everything looking good for the stream? Okay, so it's just giving me a breakdown. Don't really need... it's saying, do I want to meet the assistant manager? I don't know yet. I'll attend the first meeting. So I'll say, let's get this started. It's saying they have a lot of history. I'm familiar with the club's history. Not crazily, but I'm there. Are you a Football Manager fan, or are you just joining? I do it on YouTube as well. Yep. There's no philosophies. I do have some philosophies because, as I said, I want to play this Moneyball game. So I've said to him I'd like to add a philosophy if possible. Yeah, I'll meet the journalists. And then he says he's going to hand it over, but I think I'll speak to my staff when needed, to be honest. Oh, really? Wow. I haven't done any small time teams yet. I was actually originally considering it for this stream of doing one in the very, very lowest league in Spain, but I'm gonna look a bit more into that because the additional data file just didn't seem very good. It seems like it might be one of those that crash after a while. Yeah. Oh, maybe you can loan me some players, or I can loan you some players. Okay, so we got so on behalf of the backroom. Now this is a screen I've not really looked at before. So it's an induction screen. Okay, so it says I've completed it, and I really don't want to be going too much into that. I've picked my tactics, I've picked my style and everything. So new transfers and signing obligations. So we've got a player coming in from Ajax Cape Town in January. And then everything... oh no, and I've got some players... I've got some players going out, I think. Yeah, I might be losing a few players this year. I didn't know, but if that's right, we'll have some money to play with anyway. We've got some players out on loan. If I'm going to lose those 3 players, that's not good. I mean, one of them's going to give us some money, but... Oh, well, no worry. And then... Oh, no, these are players coming in, sorry. So from Southampton, Utrecht. So that 11.5 million kind of... you were typing pretty fast there. I support Middlesbrough from the UK, but I actually live in Spain. I live about an hour north of Barcelona, so I like Barcelona as well. I also follow some of the local teams here because they play pretty pretty damn good football. Fabio Silva. Depends which one. Portuguese names, unfortunately, they get carried by a lot of people, so you don't always know. But which Fabio Silva? I might do. Confirm. These have agreed to the contract termination, so I don't really care about the monetary side of it. Okay, so staffing. We are gonna look for staff search. No, I don't actually. I might have to look into him for this save. Might be able to get a good player. I don't know a lot of the Porto players. I've been looking at some of the Benfica players. Ooh. But I don't know the Porto players. Right, so we're going to do a new search for staff here. And I actually have some filters for the staff. So I'm going to import these filters here. Staff filters. Probably not for the players because I know what I want from my players, so I don't really feel the need to be doing that. But let's have a look. So I'm going to go for scouts, and it's going to have to be a minimum 15-15, I think. I know with this team it's kind of hard to get that because most of these people probably want to go somewhere else in Europe. But we'll see what we've got. So we've got a half decent list. Not all of them are going to be the best. It comes under mental attributes, doesn't it? Judging player potential and ability. So we need judging player potential is the main important one. Now we've got this guy Phil Cannon. Blooming heck, 87 million. I don't know the most I've got for a player. I think it was 120 on one save. Let's see if we can get this Phil Cannon guy. Yeah, we might be able to get him here. So if he's ahead of youth, that's going to be a good thing. So I'm going to throw a slight bit of money at him. Just to get him to sign for the full 5. Because that would be really, really nice to get him for the full 5. And he says it's acceptable. So that means it's not an immediate decision. The other one, Victor Otter, I'm not going to get him because he's currently occupied with Leeds as a director of football, so there's no way he's going to come here. We may be able to chink this guy from Basel. Now, Basel do produce good players every now and again, so maybe taking one of their scouts might actually work. The only problem is we might have to throw a bit of money at him here. And I don't want to go crazy, so, well, I can't. I've got 500 grand. See if we can get him for the 5. Top division wage drive, maybe? No. I'll give him a wage rise of 10%. Yes, 10%. And then what we'll do is if we win the Eredivisie, we'll give him 50. I was going to say 50 actually, but it says 51. So we'll try that. Nah, didn't get him. Okay, so let's go for somebody who's unemployed, because I think we're going to have problems grabbing anybody else. So these two are very close, but this one's got good adaptability, so I'm going to have a look at seeing if we can sign him. Does look like he's quite interested, so we'll give him a couple of quid extra just to try and make him put... Yeah, he's just said he'd like to look at his options, but that's alright, I don't mind looking at options. I have offered a few players for transfer. Do you stream yourself, Young Jay? I have offered a couple of players for transfer. Forgot to tell you about that. I have offered Klaus-Jan Huntelaar and I've offered Lasse Schöne. Both of them have been offered for transfer to other teams. But I've remembered that I've got the thing in place, so nobody's going to be able to buy them, unfortunately. Right, let's move forward a little bit then. I think I've got all my scouting set up. Sorry. Coaches are going to do the training, so... And at the moment, personalised training, I'm not going to... Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Wait, Silla? I should have actually just gone to Porto directly, shouldn't I? Porto. Ah, there we go. Oh, get off me shit, man. My cat's sitting on all my crap. Right, let's have a look at him. So, oh, estimated value 10k. Okay, could be good. Physical stats, acceleration, that's fine. He's got good natural fitness, good pace. That fits in with what I want. His stamina's a little bit low, but he's young, so he might get that up. So, let's get a scout report on him first. And the scout reports I generally do through the scouting pool. Oh, crap, it's not working properly. Sign scout from the scouting pool until full knowledge. And then we'll see. Just say he's a promising striker. He's got good value on him. What's his contract look like? Any clauses? No. Damn it. I hate it when they haven't got a clause. Can't buy him yet though. I haven't got any money, so not until the first. Okay, so Shauna's gonna be unhappy about something. I can ask the legit to look at it, but I think I'm gonna probably end up falling out with him, which isn't a good thing. Alright, he thinks because I've gone to speak about him, that's alright. So, okay, we're gonna mix all this stuff, social feed. It didn't matter because I solved it anyway, so... Christ. Oh yeah, introducing myself to the squad. So I'm gonna start off assertive, I think. I'm not gonna be passionate yet, because I think it's a bit over the top. So, Klaus doesn't like me anyway, so... So I'm going to say flat out, I think we're championship winners, and that's exactly the reaction I'm after. Winning the title is a huge challenge, but one I know that this squad can do. I've actually worked in the past with Vaclav Cerny in another save, so I know like his capabilities. I'm very interested to see how he works here. Right, so we're gonna jump across a little bit. I don't know if we've actually. Oh yeah, we've got a friendly coming up. Probably in a week's time, I think. Now I have got some help with my team talks and stuff, because team talks are something that I'm trying to work on a little bit. I've really not liked. That's one of the reasons why I don't play the game as much as I used to, because I think that, you know, I'm talking a long time ago, but when we played Championship Manager 2 or 97, 98, 95, 96, it was just so easy to well, it wasn't easy because the tactics weren't always great and the internet didn't exist then, so but it was quite easy to take a small team and make them into a big team. And obviously because they want to go down this route of simulation, it's quite hard to do that now. So things like the morale from the team talks, it can be a bit of a pain in the backside for me. I don't want an intra-squad friendly at all. Right, Ransinger's homegrown. Okay, so loads and loads of players here. Michael Reinsinger, he used to play for Middlesbrough actually. He's the B team manager. Wow, so yet another person who's involved with the team in the past. I didn't actually look at the whole coaching team, but Sonny Siloy, Aaron Winter, Vesterveld, these were all Ajax players once. Overmars, Vestling I think was as well. So quite a lot of coaching staff and stuff involved. Now I do want some data analysis, I forgot about that, so I'm going to go back to the staff and try and sign a couple of data analysts here. See if I can get them interested. Best data analysis, okay. Right, so again, judging player data is going to be so important. Team data really doesn't matter, and his presentation of his data needs to be high as well. So maybe I was a bit too excited going at 20, but I hope we don't have a problem with this one where we have to knock everything down. I don't know if we can actually just go with any on this actually, and then we can just okay, we might need to go with any and see if we can. I don't think we're going to get either of these, but we can see. A data analysis. Data analysis. Hmm? It says none, but maybe if I double his wage, he might bite. No. So I think we're going to be unsuccessful on both of these. I'm going to be honest. He's not interested either. Damn it! We're not going to get these. I'm just going to walk away from that one as well. So let's see. Presenting data is probably going to have to be a bit lower. See if we get anybody on this one. Right, we've got a scout. Scout might give up their position to do this. You never know. Says no interest at the moment. It's going to be hard, isn't it? No. Okay, so we're going to have to go back to the drawing board with this, aren't we? Let's go back with the... I think the original settings were 13-13, weren't they? Yeah, I think they were. So, judging player potential is the most important one for me. So, we've got this guy, Alexander Collian, Seolin, I think actually. However, other teams are interested in him, so we need to make this guy our man if we're going to do it. If we're going to get it done. Now, it's saying he's not interested in the job, even though he's a data analysis. So I'm guessing he's looking to move up to a scouting position. Right, we're going to just have to go with the best that we can then. So I think Joan Faneca is probably going to be one who we can grab. He wants the chief data... Oh, Christ, they're all been really picky. Why are they all been picky today? Okay, he's unsure, so we can get him. I think we can get him. He wants 4.4, but I'll give it... As long as he takes 4 years, I'll give him it. Right, okay, so we've got one. I'd like 3, but if I can't have 3, it doesn't matter. Richard Perry, here's another one. Okay. He doesn't need to be an under-19s data analysis, that's alright, we can take him as a regular one. Put him on 2 years for as little money as possible because he was an under-19s one, so 3 years, that'll do. But hang on, these... Oh no. Judging player data? Yeah, sorry. Crap. I wanted judging player data, not team data. So we've got him, but actually it doesn't matter. John Fonseca, that's this guy's at Cologne, Richard Perry. Okay, so it looks like we're just gonna have to kind of take who we can right now. He can be a regular data analyst. I don't need him to be under 19s or anything because he's going to be basically doing what I want him to anyway. So he might want 3 years as well, so we'll whack it up to 3. And then hopefully... I know, it's because you've got to set it all up, Dave. I'm not far off getting to the pre-season part of it, and anybody who plays Football Manager knows like it is quite a long build-up process. But when they come thick and fast. So no, obviously nobody's buying out players because we offered them when we probably really shouldn't have. So I'm meeting the media today. Attend press conference. So they're saying, "Hi Michael, what initial thoughts on taking the job?" Well, I'm going to be honest, I'm very excited. And I'm looking forward to getting to work. There's a lot to do here, but I'm proud to be given this opportunity. Don't want to give them too much to ride on. Many people think that Ajax budget is simply too small for you to bring the high quality players needed to improve the team. Okay, that's good. That's interesting. Are you going to approach the chairman asking for an increase? The budget has been set at its current level for good reasons, and I don't think it would be helpful to demand more right now because that's the whole point of the Moneyball gameplay. So, do you feel like your ambitions for the club are matched by the chairman? absolutely, I have no doubt that my boss, who's paying my wages, has the club's best interests at heart. What attracted you to Ajax? I think there's tremendous potential at this club, and excited to have the chance to help everyone realise that. So, did you have any reservations about taking the job? I jumped at the chance, to be honest. Not every day you get the opportunity to come to a club like Ajax. We're led to believe that you're quite heavily focused on the integration of younger talent. How do you intend to factor that into your day-to-day managing? I intend to give those deserving of a chance to prove that they can do it at this level. Does the squad have the necessary quality for you to achieve your targets? I have an inherent level of trust in their collective abilities. Yep, stuff like that. Have you met the players yet? And if so, what's the mood in the camp? They're excited for a fresh start and an opportunity to work under a new manager. Everyone's upbeat. What role can the supporters play in moving this club forward? Well, they're a massive part. We have to juice up the fans as well. How far can you take this club? I really want to make long-term success. How hard do you expect to work the players on the training ground? I will say everybody needs to embrace hard work. While some managers are famous for their hands-on approach, others maintain a more reserved manner. No, I want every player to know they can come with me to me for anything. Despite some high-quality performances and a squad filled with talent, Ajax have been unable to win many competitions of late. Trophies are what a manager is judged on. It is often said that different managers prefer different competitions. Will you be concentrating primarily on getting good results? Absolutely. Has to be my priority. That's what the fans want. Will you be looking towards the likes of Andre Onana as the focal point of the team now? Right, okay. So this way you have to be careful because you don't want to juice them up. Don't like focusing on one player. Yeah, I like that. I like that answer. I don't want to focus on one player. Okie dokie. Let's move on a little bit. So hopefully that press conference went down well. The fans and everybody will be ready to go into this first pre-season game. And of course, it's against Den Bosch, so it's not a small friendly. We've had dealings with them before over the years, so I'm sure that they are going to want to try and take us apart. Now I'm going to allow a lot of this to go through my assistant manager. Discount center, blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah, so we're looking for those 90s some of the time, but we have to. I don't need to take the induction for this though. I know how to do it. So we've currently, as you can see here, we've got no coaches for the B team. We've got no team data analysis. That's okay. We do have space for another physio, but I don't really know if we really need those physios. I do want to send my coaches on a course. If it means benefiting the club in any way, then I want them to be doing that. The coaching level and stuff at the moment, I'm going to just leave as it is. So they've sent them on a coaching course, which is good. And so we're only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away from that first pre-season friendly. One of the things I really don't want to do is have any injuries. That's going to be my biggest fear. Manolo Salvador is coming in as our new scout. And his location will be... I think we're going to send him to Argentina or Brazil. I'm not too sure now. Send him on an intensive language course because we do want to see what he's capable of. Let's quickly go into scouting. Assignments. Okay, so Manolo Salvador. So he's only used to Spain, but he has got adaptability. So I don't worry too much about that. And I'm actually going to send him to Brazil. Let's see if we can't find ourselves a new Ronaldo, and I don't mean the Ronaldo that currently plays. I'm talking about the Ronaldo. 21, and we want to make sure that his potential ability is at minimum very good. Okay, so we'll start that one. He's got 5 reports for me, but not from Brazil, so I can't really go on a lot of this because we have no data. Hang on a second. We have no data to actually go on, so I can't make any of the Moneyball decisions. That's why I've locked the transfers for the first window. So I will look at players as we get into November, December time. Okay, we don't need to do that. Perry is our new data analyst. Okay, Duan Fonseca also, and Phil Cannon is our new scout. Now, where to send Phil Cannon is actually an interesting one because I've got my eyes on Turkey, Nigeria, or Argentina. And I'm going to be honest and just say that I really want to get somebody to Nigeria. Ajax have produced players from Africa before, so I think it's something we should actually look at doing. So maybe sending him to Nigeria might be the better thing. So he's actually a very good scout, so we don't want to waste him on somewhere that maybe isn't going to produce. But we'll see how he does up until Christmas. And if he doesn't produce any serious reports, then we'll bring him back and we'll reassign him. But we'll go to Africa and Nigeria. Okay, but we'll send him to Nigeria. Now I know that in this game you can. I know that you can send people to continents and things like that, and it will kind of improve their hit rate and stuff like that. I really didn't want to do that in this game. I want to do it a bit more close to life. I don't think somebody travels all around a continent. It's much more of a progression. It would take a long time to look at certain players. So I don't know. There's something about it which just says I want to keep it as realistic as possible. So. Okay, so we won't be getting any of these players anyway, because players from England are not going to be moving to the Netherlands anytime soon. If you're just watching for the first time, come by and say hello in the chat. That's what it's there for. If you have any questions about the game or Moneyball in itself, I really highly recommend the movie Moneyball. It's a great movie. It's hang on. Oh, we don't need another data analysis. Ah, well, he was the last choice anyway. It's a great movie because of the way it shows the sport. The sport part of it is almost separate from the movie. The director does this great thing of when the sporting moments are going on, kind of lowering the volume of the sports, and I just love that. I think it really kind of taps into Billy Beane's mentality at the time. Okay, so Ajax proposed philosophy talks. Okay, so here's my Young Jay. Here's my scout report of Fabio Silva, 15-year-old promising striker. Shows fairly ambitious nature. That's good. Consistent perform, which is good. Good pace. Very technical. That's good for us. Player could successfully be retrained as a left winger. Don't want to do that. Needs to learn language. That's fine. He'd encounter problems adapting, but maybe not. We'll see. Very one-footed, that's okay with me. Can only play in one position, that's okay with me. Effective aerial presence, not necessary, I don't think. No, doesn't need to work on his profits, and he'll be a peripheral threat. Well, he would be, yeah. So, I'm not going to get an analysis report of him at the moment, but I am going to acknowledge him and add him to our shortlist. And then we're going to discuss proposed philosophies, and I want it to be playing signing a large number of youngsters, and oh no, you can only make one. Oh, and there's another one. So that one is going to be developing young players as well. So, and then we'll look at the changes. So, okay, so they are going to adopt my proposed amendments. We expect you to work towards these agreed philosophies, and we'll be appraising you accordingly during your time at the club, signing young players for the first team and developing players using the club's youth system. So, those things are in place. Match preparation, not too good at the moment, but we'll leave it as it is. We'll see. I think my assistant manager is going to do a lot of the match preparation there. So looking at the training week, everything seems to be going well. Donny van der Beek's trained very well, so I'm going to talk to him about that. I actually maybe want him to go on a leadership course as well. Praise player. Oh, you can't praise him for training yet. Okay. Oh, come on. I don't say it's good to do it. Okay, maybe we have to leave it just a little bit longer for the training. Okay, so 2 days. Monday morning, we'll be getting ready for this. They'll be travelling tomorrow, and then we'll be doing the match, getting ready for the match. I don't know why I've got so much recovery set up. Okay, following rules. No more than 2 players can play for both the first team and the B team in the same week. Okay, in the same week, that's fine. Okay, backroom staff. We could still maybe grab 1 or 2, but I think... See, why are some of these responsibilities not what I set? I'm concerned about that. I did say I'd handle press conferences and stuff. Thanks very much for the follow. So I was sure I set that up. But I was more than sure that I set it up. Maybe I just didn't click. First team. Michael. Yeah, that's fine. Me. Ah, I don't know. I don't know why it reset there. Maybe. We'll have to see. I don't know if Ajax have a very big hooligan element. Oh, you're just talking for like... Oh, crap. Has he been injured? 1 to 2 days. Okay. So he might not play on Monday, but... He'll be, How you doing, Elizgar? Nice to see you. How's things going, my man? There's going to be 0G football in space. No, not really. Oh, I downloaded some nice stuff for Elite as well, so... Keep tuned later on in the day when I do my Elite Danger stream, because I've got some interesting bits and bobs for that. Hopefully the computer won't blow up halfway through. Okay, so scout meeting, don't really need that at the moment. Squad induction, okay, I know all this stuff. Okay, so we'll auto select that, I think, including youth prospects if necessary. The reason I say I'm going to auto-select it is because, as I said, I'm going to put a lot of trust in my staff. They have to do their jobs as well as me doing mine. That's a really important part of the game. Okay, so there's the training schedules for the coming weeks. I've got a couple of matches coming up, so the players are going to be a bit tired, I think. So we might need a little bit of rotation, I think, going on as we go. I'm going to try as much as I can to pick the teams, as much as I should to pick the teams. I'm going to use all the data stuff at my disposal. Like I said, because if we want to do it in the Moneyball way, I am going to have to be able to pick the teams that I think are going to win on the pitch. The only thing that I'm really worried about with it being Football Manager is if the live game that you're watching versus the simulated game, if the numbering is different, like if the mathematics in that is different, because if it is, it means it'll throw up bad stats, which, to be fair, out of all the games in the world that you can do this, oh, you should do Ella's Guy. You can come on a live stream one day and we'll do it together, because I was thinking of getting involved in that as well. So it'd be good to see you in there. Out of all the games, I think statistically this game is probably the best. So we've got to reach the group stage of the Champions League, which is, I think that's possible. Be the winner of the Eredivisie and reach the final of the Dutch Cup, which, alright, I don't mind accepting that if I lose, if we get knocked out, because I'm planning on playing youth players and stuff. That won't be good for me, but I don't think it'll be a sackable offence as long as I bring the Eredivisie home. I think I'll be alright. So, okay, game day. So I'm going to let my assistant pick it today. I am going to set some guidelines today. And the first one is, I think, choose players from the senior squad. No, we'll just let him quick pick them for now. Okay, so Huntlard's playing, and I don't want him to play. So, but it is a pre-season friendly, and he is going to be part of the squad up until Christmas. So, although he's still on my list to be thrown away, we'll let him play for the time being. Any surprises in the team? Well, I'm surprised Vaclav Cerny isn't playing. We might have to look at. We're going to have to look. I think he can play down the middle. I think we might be able to train him a little bit more, because I don't think what's his crossing like? Technical crossing's an 8, so definitely going to have to look to retrain him as a striker. So PF is I've forgotten what a PF is. Pressing forward. Okay. So if we PF, yeah, pressing forward. So we're gonna just quickly go back and look at his development, and we're gonna change him to a pressing forward. So he plays all right as one at the moment. So I don't know whether to actually play him in this game. Do you know what? I'm going to play him in this game. Okay. So we're going to submit the team. You've switched over. So yeah, there's no chat on the screen though today, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But I took it off because it didn't. There's too much information in this game as it is, and adding chat on the side's a bit weird. So I have to apologise for that, people, but it's what it is. So we are pre-season, we're away from home, so we're going to be quite calm about this. And I'm just going to say this is your chance to impress me and to give me a good push. So what I'm gonna do is just tell players why they should be in the team. I think that's the most important. I'm not going to be too aggressive with them about it, because, as I said, we're away from home. So, hey, DJDR Gaming. That's a long one. 1877. How old are you, man? Welcome into the stream over there on Twitch. Hope you're good. Okay, so everybody looks happy about that. So we're going to end the team talk there, and we're going to go into the match. Now, at the moment, let me just check that I've got certain things set up right. So, extended highlights, medium. Might knock that up. Well, we'll see how it goes. Go medium. Okay, so right off the bat, this feels slow. So we're going to put the match speed during highlights just up a couple, maybe a notch or two. Hey, thanks for the follow there. DJ Doctor Gaming, I'm supposing. Ah, okay. What club do you support? Right, so let's play it. Tell me if the game engine seems a bit too fast. I can knock it back one. Here we go. Danny Blind, long range throw. Couldn't get it. Nobody could get on the end of it. Oh, I'm getting more follows now. Who is that on? Ah, okay. Thanks very much for the follow on YouTube as well. I don't know why I'm not seeing some of these things actually, because I've got a new tablet now, so I should be. Oh, St Mirren, really? I've got another Scottish viewer. What is it with me attracting Scottish viewers? I thought Joe Soap might have come in today actually. Oh, very good, St Mirren. Nice to see somebody who supports one of the smaller teams. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in and really nothing's happening, so I'm not too happy with the players here if they're not doing what I said, which was to show me why they should be in the team. So I do have, like I said, I've got some notes here about things that I want to do because I want to try and make my team talks a little bit better. So I've kind of got some guidelines that I want to go by. I think I know what I want to say though. Oh, and that was a free kick that nearly took advantage of us. Okay, long balls. I like long balls because they never seem to connect, but they did there, unfortunately. Come on, get a tackle in, somebody. Van der Beek steals it. Sends it wide to David Neres. Oh, and Johnson just puts it wide. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit iffy this game because it is the first game of the season. Or even of the pre-season, so... They're getting a few too many attacks for my liking, even though they don't seem to be getting good penetration. They are starting attacks. Van der Beek coming forward now. He's gone a bit too far to the right. There was no need for it, but he plays it in. Cerny knocks it off, and Johnson's put it in the back of the net. Good stuff. And Cerny, who wasn't in the team pre-game, brilliant pass. Very, very, very unselfish pass. Those are the ones I like to see. Unselfish players make good teams. For every Kobe Bryant, you need what's his face. See, his name's gone from my head because he only ever passed the ball. You do. You need unselfish players for a winning team. It's really, really important. Unless you've got Ronaldo, then it's a bit different. Blind, long range throw. Those aren't paying off so far, but Johnson gets on the end of it there. Might be able to switch it over to the right. They don't. De Jong. Over. Blind taking it up the left there. Blind, good cross. Oh, and he gets onto it and he's knocked it in, and David Neres scores his first goal of the pre-season. So, going from not doing well, actually doing very well. 2-0 up away from home. That's really good. So... I'm just wondering what I should say because I had an idea of what I wanted to say, and I actually think I printed off the wrong sheet that I wanted to print off, but never mind. I can always do it again another time. So, fuck you, Dave. Right, let's see. We should be winning this one anyway. Pardon my French, by the way. I'm going to try not to swear today. It's a bit early in the afternoon. So... I think we're going to stay calm, and I'm going to say I'm happy with the football being played. Keep it going. Right, we've got some complacent body language, and complacent body language is something I really wanted to try and deal with. I don't normally deal with it in game. We've got a couple of 6.5s. Do you not think I lack too much? I lack conviction. I can do my sportscaster voice. Okay, so he's definitely Donny van der Beek is not playing well at all. So I'm actually gonna select a couple here. All of these. This one. I'm gonna do it with assertive night now. I can't be too hard because yeah, I'm gonna say I thought you were a bit lazy. See, I've confused everybody now. Ah, because I thought they were being a bit lazy. Right, I'm very happy. No, very happy with him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Oh, cripes! He looks switched off. So, right, we're gonna have problems here. I think. Hopefully, it won't destroy the game. Let's see. Red isn't always bad. I've had wins with red. Not many. Okay, here we go. Mazraoui. Oh, he couldn't get the first one off, but he plays it back to David Neres. David Neres. Oh, deflection. And Verbeek comes away with it. This is where I'm going to start worrying now, because I think that type of squad reaction is not good. Van der Beek. Johnson to Van der Beek. Back out to the left for Blind, and he's going to try and take it to the byline. He crosses it in. Neves, oh, great header, but Van der Steen was just right there. Didn't have to move for it, so it was an easy grab for him, unfortunately. We have got 6 shots, 3 on target, no clear-cut chances yet. So to have 2 goals from no clear-cut chances is pretty good. De Jong, Johnson, Labyad, De Beek. Oh, that's a good pass. David Neves, loads of space to pick his cross here. Cerny. He's good. He's going to fit this role, I think. He was Johnny on the spot there. He was Johnny on the spot. Look at this. Neves had so much space. You knew it was going to be a good cross. It comes in low. And to be fair on Vaclav, he was a little bit wide of the goal. Valsunen pushed him a little bit wide. So there was a bit of a worry there that when he got pushed wide, he was gonna miss a sitter. But that's okay. Free header into the box. That's no good. And Blumel absolutely shanks it wide. So that's alright. Was Ronnie? Oof, I don't like this corner setup that I've made. Just doesn't work. Oh! He says it as De Jong, I think that was. Was it De Jong or De Beek? Oh, Labyad? Is that his name? Labyad? I need to... Labyad, yeah. Okay. Sometimes the... Actually, if you've ever when I'm playing MLB The Show on my PlayStation, I am a full-on sportscaster, but there's nobody watching there. It's up, it's gone. Right, okay. Victor Jensen, I might bring on. I'm just gonna start checking on fitness and condition at the moment, because I don't want any niggling injuries pre-season. That's my biggest fear, is to have some niggling injuries. I still can't believe that Van der Beek's not playing very well. That's really not good. By the way, if you like any of the music that's on today, I've only got a couple of songs kind of on a rotation, but if you like them, note that there is some information in the show notes where you can download it from. support the musicians. Blind. Oh, he's got space. Sunny. Oh, over the bar. No, I'm liking what I'm seeing for the first pre-season game. I don't expect a blowout, and it is our away tactic, so it's generally designed to be a little bit tighter and to. Okay, so we've got Van der Beek's going to have to come off here. I don't know half these players, so it's really difficult to work out who goes where. So he's a wing back, but he's our only. Oh no, he's actually not our only option. Yes, he is. We might have to. I don't know whether he's going to fit here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh well, it's only pre-season friendly, and we've pretty much won it already. You can't hear any music, Alasgar. What's happening here? Oh cripes! Why is there no music? There it is. Maybe I had it too low. Oh, I thought that was adding a little bit of nice. Right, we might give Huntley a. No, we know. I was going to say we'll give Huntley a run out, but. Oh, that's not bad. Do you know when you play it, DJ? Do you not wish? I don't know if you ever played any of the old like Championship Manager and things, but do you not wish that you could have it in those days where you could take St. Mirren to the Champions League final? I know it's not very realistic, but actually, I'm gonna bring Labyadov, and I'm gonna bring Jensen on. And Shane Noonley, I might just bring Neves off as well. He doesn't look like he's suffering too much, but we can bring Noonley on just to give him a run out. So these three guys are all going to have assertive. Show me why you should be in the first team. Try and get them a bit motivated to go out onto the pitch. Right, I'm going to have to knock the music up a bit now. Yeah, I can't remember what year. I actually took a hiatus from the game for a long time because I worked out kind of not how to break the engine a long time ago, but I worked out what. Oh, Jonsson comes on and gets an extra goal to add to the pylon, so that's good. At least we know we're winning. This was a long time ago. This was way before FM12 though, and I worked out I sat and for days and days and days just did game after game of working out what system worked against another system, and then the following year they brought out this new system, this new adaptive system, where you're supposed to stick to the same thing, but you're supposed to change the odd little thing, and whoa, Cerny nearly added another. Blumel's coming forward. So that bad team talk wasn't really a bad team talk. We've still added 2 goals and we've still done well. So I kind of lost a lot of faith in the game after that. And I've played it on and off. I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of the kind of team talk experience. I don't leave it to my assistant because they always seem to mess it up. So okay, so not a bad result for a pre-season friendly. I'm going to stay calm. And I'm going to tell them it was good for a pre-season out and we're getting close to where we need to be for our first competitive game. And it says they reacted positively to the comments. I'm not going to give any personalised comments in pre-season. I don't want to be getting anybody's head too big before the season starts. So So 4-0. Pre-season though, so can't get too ahead of ourselves. So let's see where we are in the stream so far. I'm hoping. Oof, we're getting late on in the stream now. So I might stream a little bit longer if nobody minds. My intention was 2 hours, I think. I don't mind going a little bit longer. Might have to do MLB The Show for you later. Let's go. Right, so we've got pretty much a very quick friendly on the Wednesday, which not too good for us. But I might actually invite the opportunity for some B team players to play. This will allow me to see if anybody actually does have the ability to step into the team. We're up against Maastricht now, and I don't know what division they're in actually. They used to be in the top division, but I don't know if they're in the top division with us at the moment. So I'll just check. Eredivisie. Yeah, we know. No, they're not in the Eredivisie, so they must be in the second one. Yes, they're in the second division. Okay. So, fitness test. Donny van der Beek can play today. His conditioning's okay. He should be alright to get a run out, I think. I'm sure I've downloaded printed out the wrong bloody pages. I didn't think about it before, but I'm pretty sure I have now. I don't know if I've got them on my phone anymore. Right, so let's see. We'll add the B team today. So, whole new lineup in a lot of places. We've got Schurz, I think that's how you pronounce it. Christiansen at right back. Arajuela at left back, Lang on the left wing, Nunley on the right wing, David, Eiting, Eklenkamp, and it's chosen Huntgar again. But position, I think we're gonna give Kaj Series a run. He looks alright. He doesn't look like he's a bad player. I won't leave Huntley out for all of them. I am going to make a save because I was just clicking on the on the league table, and sometimes my game crashes if I do that. So let's just see if I can find this page now. I don't think I can either. I might have it in favourites. Yes, he is talking to himself. Wow, it's taken a long time to save today. Oh, I did. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's go with this one then. So, we are away today, I think. Away games. Clear favourites. Okay. And we are clear favourites. So I'm going to say assertive. I'm going to tell them to go out there and really show me that they want these places in the team. Because they need to show me that they really want them. I felt in the last game there was a couple of players who were just a bit lazy, and I didn't like it. So we'll push them to really show me in this one that they want to be a part of this team going forward. Okay, so let's go to the kickoff. Sorry, is that better? Is that better? Right, Nunley getting forward. Don't forget we're in black and gold today. We're not the red and white. Don't let that throw you. So we did have the first attack. Lang, editing. Rajura. Oh, a lot of power on that shot. Guy's got a good foot. It's always nice. A couple of them, the guys on the, I've just noticed the guys on the left don't really fit the tactic. That's something else I'm going to be looking for actually. Oh, and it comes back off the post. Not terrible. It's pre-season. We're okay. Hoban, Van der Hoek, Martina, Lang mops up the mistake, so Lang's going to get to play it away himself there. Oh, but he plays it straight back into Martina's feet, and they get a really good shot off there from I think it was Van der Hank. I can't see the name sometimes. It's Legit gets it away really well. He is legit. Hey Malcolm, how's it going? I put a message in your stream last night, but you didn't answer. I think you were too busy. I was just asking if you couldn't sleep because I'd noticed you'd had a few late night. Oh, Lang's coming in. Oh, and he's been pushed over. It's a penalty. Sorry if I shouted too much, but I was excited. I didn't. They were in the away strip. Oh yeah, for any American viewers, because Alistair's American, the second team is the away team. The whole team is on the left-hand side of the screen. That other way around like you do it in America is just your weird way of doing things. Oh, and he shot it straight at Koopmans, but he got it past him, so... Is that the kid I selected in the place of Hunt? Yeah, I hope it is, because that means I'm making good choices here. It is as well. Nice one. Do you think they'll win the Champions League? Yeah, no. I don't think they've got enough experience, unfortunately. It would be a dream. I'll be rooting for them. Legit? Oh, yes, he's too legit to quit. Right. That's good. I'm not having problems pre-season, but I never do half the time. When the season starts, I have problems. Everything's always rosy in pre-season. So, Legit does well. Oh, good goal from a defender. I like to see goals from defenders. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't think they'll win it. I'd like to see them win it, but I don't think they will. I think not enough experience in the team, unfortunately. I think in football, experience can be super important. Might have to take Legit off, unfortunately. That's not good for taking a goal scorer off at half time, but his condition's going down. You do. I'll always root for the little team. I'll always root for the small team, but Ajax aren't small, but you get what I mean. I'll always root for the small team in big situations, but reality, I'm a bit older now, a bit more realistic at times. Oh, he gets a second shot. And it's a free kick. Yeah, but when you look at, you remember when the FA Cup used to throw up the odd big result? The goal scorers and the people who changed the game were always kind of like the older players who'd been around non-league football forever. They just, I don't know, they just seem to have some, I think, experience. You always need that little bit in the team, and I just don't know if the older players, maybe Danny Blind, but the older players in the Ajax team really have that huge amount of experience. But you never know. You never know. I mean, when Barca were going through that period with Pep Guardiola of winning everything, although he was quite young at the time, although they were quite young at the time, Xavi, Iniesta and Messi had all been there and done it. They'd been to other finals, other semi-finals and stuff and lost out, so... Oh, they're on a counter-attack here. DOM. Martinez in all that space. It's the second Martinez I've had up against him, I think. Is it the same one? It can't be. I don't know. You never know. It's a game of two halves. All those other things you can stick in there. Actually, if you are even interested slightly in the Moneyball, as I've said, if you don't know what Moneyball is, it's a 2011 film, American movie about the MLB team, the Oakland A's, and they're, I don't know what you would call it because he's not a manager. They call him a manager, but he's not a manager in English senses. The director of football, basically, Billy Bean, who now actually owns part of Barnsley Football Club and is putting his sabermetric system in place at Barnsley. They happen to be top of the league, so maybe it does work in football. He created a system where they would choose players based solely on their statistics and absolutely nothing else came into the equation because they were just such an underdog. And he managed to take them to the kind of the semi-finals and do very well with them. So now sabermetrics is kind of used across the board in MLB, and it doesn't have that kind of hold that it used to have before. But let's say calm, no, assertive or calm. See, this is where I get a bit lost here. We were clear favourites. Happy with the football. Okay, so this time I'm going to select some different players. So I'm going to go with him. Some of these are young, so I don't want to get on their backs too much. That's the only thing. And I will say assertively that I'm not happy with their performance so far. They've given some good feedback there. These two, I will ask them to keep going and doing what they're doing. So I'll use that term. Everybody else I'm kind of going to leave. There's a complacent guy there. We'll see how he plays on. And the movie, going back to it, the movie Moneyball covers how he kind of got his team to that position. And if you go back to the original thing I said, if you are actually interested in kind of in that idea of a small team being able to use statistics and money to small amounts of money to get ahead of the bigger teams, I would recommend the book Soccernomics. It's not exactly the same, but Soccernomics is a great book to read if you are a football fan. It tells you why football is wrong at the moment and how it needs big changes. I think what we're seeing at Manchester United is actually proof of the pudding of that. The way football is viewed at the moment, or soccer is viewed, is in-house, is wrong. And they need to make changes. Certain teams need to start to make changes about the way they go about looking for players, their ideal about what a player is, in order to win. So Soccernomics, really, really good book. Really, really good book. Barca are an aging team. Ajax will run them off the park with their work rate. Barca are old, yep, no doubt about it. The only thing I would have a problem with is maybe the pace of Piqué. They might be able to take advantage of that. Everywhere else, Barca don't need to run around and work hard because they keep possession of the ball. That's it at the end of the day. And don't forget, they're just coming off the back of winning the championship last night. It was a bit of a celebration outside the house, I think. I wish I could support Barcelona as much as I do Middlesbrough. I wish I had that emotion, you know. Or even the New York Jets. I think I support the New York Jets more than Barca, but I'd be in heaven if I could be jumping around here. But I like them, but I just don't have that emotional tie. Okay, so we'll bring this guy on. See how this goes. Frederick Young, he's the one who's just gone to Barca, isn't he? Or who signed a deal? Is he going to play, actually? He might not want to piss off his new employees. Okay, Lang puts it into the box. Cleared away very, very easily. But Christiansen will get it back. He's going a bit lackadaisic going after the ball there, but do it. It's good counter-attack. Nunnally's got space on the byline. And a great header by Catch. That's his second, so this kid might be going up. In fact, I'm gonna give him the promotion right now before he's even. Can I actually move him up? I can't remember. I am gonna give him his step up because he. You can't do it in here. Because just look at this. He's positioning deep here, and as Nunnally gets it, he gets in between the two defenders. Nunnally's got space, but he gives it an extra touch, which I didn't like. Now the defenders are smothering the striker down here. So in theory, he shouldn't be able to get anything out of this. Oh, and I've skipped it. I'm sorry. Damn it. I can go back to it, can't I? Didn't mean to do that. So if we just try it again from the part where it got cleared. So it gets cleared. Christensen, a bit too slow coming back for it, but maybe that caught them off. So here you see, Nunnally should cross it here, but he takes an extra touch. But with two defenders on him, he gets up and he puts it away. So I like that. I like that. That was good work from him. I think if anything, that deserves a chance of being called up. So we've had 10 shots, 4 on target, 1 clear-cut chance, and 3 goals. They've had 1 clear-cut chance as well, and they haven't scored. So that's good for us. Oh, I forgot. I need to on my corners. I need to set my backs. No wonder we probably don't get too much off corners. I was wondering. I was thinking the corners weren't working very well, and then I remember I wanted to set my. I wanted to set my backs as the guys. So corners. So set piece takers, that was the one. So corners, we're going to take all that off there, and we're going to go him on the left side, him on the right side. Maybe that's why my corners weren't working, because I wanted to try and get trying to use my backs instead, so I had more options on the edge of the area and more creative options in and around the box. It's customary for wingers to be the ones doing it, but I think we're going to swap our left back out. We might swap Lang out now. He's on a yellow card, the Doyle. I'm going to put Labby Lad back in just to see how he deals with that left hand side. See Frankie Dion disinterested. That's not a good mentality to have, I'm afraid. Not with me looking over your shoulder. I think we'll bring Donny van der Beek on just to give these youngsters. I want them to have more core around them. So I want them to have a good core around them. Sorry. So I think bringing on more youngsters isn't the answer. Well, time's ticking away. We're definitely not going to lose. We've managed to get through the first 2 games without conceding. I'll give Huntyar a run out because he is old, and I don't want him getting too tired. I'm gonna just give some other players a bit of a rest as well, because they might not. They might be a little bit tired. We'll bring Jensen on. He was a good super sub last time. Daily Blin can come back on. Warber on. I'm not going to bother with the subbing the goalkeeper off. I don't think that's... There's a mass substitution, Alisgar, but we don't normally have that in soccer. Oh, Blind comes in with an outstanding header. He came out of nowhere there. Daily Blind, look at this. Look at him come through the wall there. Brilliant stuff. Well done, son. That was a great goal by Daily Blind there. I wish you could give like a goal performance bonus. Okay, big long throw in, and that's the final whistle. We will win 4-0, which is a good win. Yeah, I don't want to... I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance. I don't want to say that it surprised me, even though it's a big win. I just think I don't want to get them too big-headed before the season kicks in. It bothers me a lot, the idea of them being big-headed before the season kicks in. So we've got to win. We actually have a competitive game coming up here, so I will stay streaming for this competitive game. Against Panathinaikos. I can't say the word. Hang on, let's see if I can get it up in front of me, and then maybe I can say it better. Oh no, I thought it was Panathinaikos. No, hang on, am I pressing the wrong word? Oh, Pak Salonika. That's easier. I thought it was Panathinaikos. I did it! Whoa, Panathinaikos. Okay. I don't know why I couldn't quite say it. But okay, so we've got 3 games against them, but luckily one of them's after that. So Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna jump forward here to that game. I keep on going out of the game to see how long I've been streaming for. I think I can do another 15 minutes to half an hour maybe. See if we can't get them. So as I said, this is going to be kind of some live streams, but a lot of these videos are going to be updated during the week. So I'll play through it and then I'll make short videos during the week, 10-20 minutes long. I don't know what people prefer anybody who watches Football Manager normally, whether you prefer 10 to 20 minute sections. Just let me know and I'll try and produce them in that way. So if you do subscribe to the channel, please, and leave a like, and do leave a notification so that your notifications are set so that you will see when I release new videos for this series. Okay, so this kid's been training well, apparently. He's got decent abilities, his acceleration's not so good. But he's young, 18 years old. That's not a photograph of when he was 18. There's no way. No way. Kid looks about 7 there. So, training week in review. Okay, so now I am going to start seeing if I can praise players for their training. I can. So we'll go with him, Van der Beek. Dennis Johnson. And maybe there's one more? No. Okay. So, no bad performances, that's good as well. So, we're just going to run through this. We have 1 week until this game. And it is an important game for us. I am expected, as manager of this team, to win these 2 games over the 2 legs and to establish our place in the group stage of the Champions League. On paper, this should be easy. On paper, this should be very easy. We should be outclassing them, to be honest. They're not a big side. Obviously, they've won their respective leagues, so you've got to give them credit for that. Or they've probably won their respective league, and you've got to give them credit for that because they'll have a winner's mentality regardless of the actual quality of player. And sometimes that can be devastating if you're not preparing for that. So I'm going to try and make sure that that any pre-interviews and stuff, I speak well of them and treat them respectfully, because I just don't want us to throw away any chance of them coming back at us. This is something I'm not really experienced in the Football Manager games. Is this kind of motivating through press interviews and stuff. I often left my assistant manager to it, but the assistant manager always at some point makes mistakes. I mean, if I make a mistake and it's my mistake, it's fine, but if I set it to assistant mode, I expect him to never make mistakes. So I've had them upsetting my players before. I've had them basically week after week motivating the opposition as well. Even though they had good motivating skills, they were just motivating the wrong team apparently. So this kid's got a lot of potential. He's only 16. Looking at his stats though, they're pretty low. His marking 16, which is pretty damn good. He's got good teamwork. All that's going to develop. Good positioning. So he might make a really good defender. You never know. Season ticket sales 27,000. We're expected to sell another 10,000. So no sellouts, I don't think. No, we won't get a sellout. It's gonna. I think I've got some things on the go, so I might actually. It might take a couple of minutes to run through this. This is one of the reasons actually why it's going to be easier to do this series as a series of smaller videos, is because you don't have to sit through all this loading. I can just pause and cut and everything and take this part out of it. So what I might do with a couple of them is I might actually stream the video live, and if anybody has any questions I will answer. So I'll record the video before and then stream it live. By the way, I do have a Discord channel, so if you look down in the underneath the video, there is a section with information about the music and stuff like that, and there is a link to my Discord chat in there. Oh, I thought that was a new injury there. Got absolutely crap myself. Okay, so injury risk updates is light at the moment. Let's have a quick look at this kid. He's a defender. It's pretty good marking. Positioning's alright. Yeah, he might be on his way. He might be on his way. So if you have any questions about the intention of the stream, this is probably a good time to ask actually while I'm speeding through the training and stuff. Well, I will have a quick stop and look is at the scouting just to see if they've actually brought me anybody yet. And we have, oh yeah, we do. We have 2 reports from Scandinavia. And they don't look bad. I don't know why it's French. Why the French players in Scandinavia. That's what pisses me off about this game. I'm telling him to scout Scandinavia and he's in France. How does that work? I might have been looking at somebody else actually. I might have done something where I was asking him to look at somebody. Right, we've got Ghanaian player playing for Anderlecht, 79. That's all good. That was in Belgium. Now in Portugal we've got Shadas. He looks alright. He's got his recommended 73. Denmark, Jorge Mere, plays in the Bundesliga. We've got a Spanish player in the Bundesliga while the guy's supposed to be looking in Denmark. He must have nipped over the border for a cup of tea or something. Then we've got Hirving Lozano, who plays for PSV. He's a really good player, but we'll probably not get him at that type of price. But at least it knows that our guy is doing his job. In Brazil, no, he's not good. 62, that's no good for me. 56, that's absolutely no good for me. The Nigerian guy, Baba Handy, or whatever he is called. So, but at least they're getting to work. They're putting a little bit of effort into it. So. Now, this is, at the moment, you know, I'm leaving, as I've said, all the training and everything gets left to my assistant manager. I haven't yet had a look at him. I'm going to see how he gets through the pre-season, whether he sets up some good stuff. We'll maybe go through the first month, and if he just isn't cutting it, you know, if he isn't putting together good training schedules and stuff like that, then I'll probably fire him and bring in somebody different to take over the role, because it's super important to me that my staff get the jobs right, because like I said, I'm kind of coming at it from a director of football point of view. We don't have that option. I wish they'd put it into Football Manager. It'd be pretty cool. So I'm trying to do it as close to that as I can, so I leave all the stuff up to them, and I mainly control the scoutings and stuff. So our reserves lost, and they picked up an injury, which isn't very good. I'm just gonna knock out the B team from my filters, actually, because maybe a couple of them weren't able to play because I had them called up for a second. Oh crap, I forgot to send that kid up from the last game, didn't I? I'm gonna have to bring him up, because I think he could come off the bench and has the potential to be a good sub if he's young and hungry enough. So we'll wait until the next stoppage. Schedule. Oh, we've got a game against Rangers. Right, so I'll move him to the senior squad. He's been moved up now. He had a great game as well. A really, really good game. So the Ajax squad is to be decided now for the Champions League. So this is going to go mainly by position. Luckily the other goalkeeper's ineligible, so I don't have any hard decisions to make with him. And now everything is really going to go on ability. Under 21s don't have to be selected. Why is he... Oh, he's on holiday, that's alright. That's a Schöner. Only done the bit, he's under 21. Okay. Oh, he was already selected. He's under 21. Clarkson is under 21, so we don't have to select him. Him. Under 21s. Him and Victor Jensen. So, how many have we got? Minimum 2 goalkeepers, that's alright. Minimum 4 trained by Ajax. We've got their minimum of 8. We've actually got 11. Maximum squad size 25. Minimum 15. Just going to make sure that there's nobody in the B team who isn't under 21 who needs to be selected. Right, so these guys are injured at the moment, but I am going to select them just in case. Dean Solomons, for some reason, doesn't have a under 21 tag on him. Neither does Leo Thetnani, so even though he's injured, I'm just going to select these guys in the squad as well, for when they get fit. So we got what, 4 days until this game. I thought it was against Panathinaikos, but it's not, so I can say it now. I don't know why I couldn't say it before. Okay, so we've got available players for that one. I'm gonna have Danny David. Yeah, I don't want him in that. I'm gonna make him unavailable. I just want to make sure that my assistant isn't pinching anybody. No, I think he'll be okay because they'll actually do all right. So that's okay. That's all right. The training camp's ended. Some people lacking match fitness. That's all right. We're only 2 games. Everybody's happy, which is a good start to the season. Even though I had that kind of fallout in the with them in at the half time of that game, it seems like they're all right. Everything's looking good. Oh. So it's exciting now that although I'm still in the pre-season, to have a game where it's competitive and we have to win it is good. This first one is going to be at home, so it's going to be the first time that I'm actually going to run out my home tactics as well. And this is interesting because Huntlier might actually be able to play now because I don't want 2 players of the same type up front. So Huntlier actually might get to go up front with Vaclav Cerny, I think. I did forget to change my actually change my tactics over. So okay, so Young Ajax won their second friendly, which is good. No injuries, it's always a bonus. I don't like a full sick bay. Right, so a couple of days to go. Again, this is why I'll be uploading this in video blocks and then just doing short live streams. Maybe at the weekend, maybe Sundays might be a good day. I don't know yet, but well, you're walking some Sundays, but well, you can always leave any questions in the comments, which I'll always get back to. I think I answer most of them quite well. So we've still got to register the squad for the champion. Didn't we just do that? I'm sure we just registered the squad for the champions. Maybe it was the league. So his trainings seems to be okay. He's got some way to go. He's a bit light in certain ways. Like you can see, he's not fast. It's not good. But he's 18, so he does have time to kind of develop into his shoes. So I don't want to be too hard on him. He does have value, so that's always pretty good if somebody has value, because it means that if you don't need them, you can get rid of them. But you're looking at Legit here. Well, that's actually him. So you can see if you go into transfer here, there's a lot of big teams interested in him, which isn't good for us. He doesn't have any type of clause in his contract, so I might just knock his price to a price that's going to scare them off. So I'll give him 22, shall we say? Just to try and scare these big teams off. None of them are going to try and sign him till Christmas, but I certainly don't want to... AS Monaco are interested in this kid as well. Ziyech? Hakim Ziyech, I think. So I'm going to double his value just to try and keep them away a little bit. Have I played him pre-season? No, I haven't. Is he injured? What's his position? Attacking midfield central. He should be. Oh, well, we'll see how he plays out. Now, he's got some value. He's actually quite highly paid as well. This is something I really want to keep an eye on, is how much players are paid. In my head, I kind of have maximums of what I want to pay any player in the squad. If we're selling people, I don't mind paying a bit more, but like I said, the Moneyball situation is that you try and keep your costs down as much as possible while being semi-successful, and that's something that we've got to make sure we keep on top of. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I might have a look at the team, see the highest earners, and work out what that top level should be, or what the most should be for a player. So we've got these guys, poor vision, player trait alterations. Okay, I might just go along with these. I'm not going to stop training that position now. Individual training. Okay, let's do that. That one I'm not going to change yet at the moment. So we've still got some recommendations coming in, which is good. Oh no, we don't. I don't think we actually need to make any changes here. I really don't. So we'll confirm the selection there. Okay, children. It's the eve of the big game. The eve of the big game. So we're gonna. So we are at home. I do need to check certain things before we do it. Michael Lett to make his managerial debut when Ajax take on Salonika at Johan Cruyff Arena on Wednesday. So Ajax fans are hopeful ahead of the tight clash, and of course they should be. We are slight favourites for the match, but we'll have our work cut out against a tough opponent. So let's go to the press conference. Having been drawn against an opponent quite similar to yourselves, you face a home leg first match. Are you confident of getting a positive result in front of your own fans? As I said, got to be assertive. I think that's how it's going to be. I think they are actually the old Panathinaikos team, aren't they? So I'm going to say, I think we have to be realistic and acknowledge it's going to be tough for us. So not that we're going to walk it. You can make a real statement about your intentions in this match and go on the attack from the first whistle. How will you approach this game? My job is to win football matches. Our approach will be one which gives us the best chance of doing that. Okay, that sounds good. You must be aware of the rumours that the chairman is considering selling the club. What sort of impact is this speculation having on your team? The players are professionals and know that whatever the distractions, they have to keep working hard and performing for this club. Okay, so I think I made good decisions there. I think I made good decisions. So we are expected for a narrow win. This is... sorry, I'm having to look around my tablet here. So we're just going to draw all teams outright. So we'll... Either one of us are going to play Slovak Prague in the third qualifying phase, and that's a bloody hard team to be coming up. Could be worse, could be Benfica. There's Spartak Moscow, Basel have some good players. So we're actually... It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Definitely not the best. So we'll keep an eye on that. So I don't know. I don't know whether to say something to them or not to say anything to them as we're going into this game. I don't know whether to kind of, you know, I've told them to show me that they wanted to be in the team in previous matches, so the part of me is saying, maybe just not say anything to them, and let them show me that they want to be winners. But this is such a big game to be risking. I'll just see what the quick pick's like first. De Jong, Van der Beek, Blind, Legit. Oh, Blind's been moved into the... It's been moved into the centre. Over Frankie de Jong. Oh well, he hasn't got the pace to be a central defender, so that's maybe part of it. Warber has been dropped to the bench after having a good... Tagliafico, who's this guy? Didn't even know if he played. Nicolas Tagliafico, Argentinian. Okay. He's not bad. He's got some good pace and stuff. So I think I'll go with the selection. The defense I'm going to keep an eye on because I'm not sure if that's the decision I would have made. Cerny is up front with Kaj Sieus, who was the kid who scored. So we've got two players who seemingly on form. Huntier's down to the bench, so I think we'll go with this. Everybody's lacking match fitness. That's alright, that's understandable. This is a hard time to be playing a very, very competitive match for the Champions League here. It's not the perfect time to be playing it, but we'll see how it goes. So, I am gonna... Yeah, this is a hard one. I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to say nothing, and I'm going to ask certain players if they can repeat anything. I don't know if I'm going to get it though. I was going to say I might ask the players to repeat what they did in the last game, but because it wasn't a serious one, they're not. So we might just go with the old I have faith in you. I think that's probably going to be the one that serves us best. I think. A second, just make sure I get the best thing here that I wanted. That wasn't the thing I was looking for. Sure, I'm absolutely serious now that I've printed out the wrong sheet, so it's not the one that I wanted. Right, okay. So we'll go. I don't know how to do this. Assertive or calm here? I'll be calm, you know. I have faith. I'm going to be calm with them and just let them go out and play. I'll say I've got faith and let them play. We'll see. Okay, you're about to take charge of your first match as Ajax manager. Can you sum up your feelings? Right, the match isn't about me, it's about Ajax. Okay. I think that was the right decision. Here we go. Nervous times. I'm not too concerned with players' personal ability. I trust a lot of them. Although they're saying that we're close teams, I do think that we have more quality. Maybe not more developed quality. Just want to make sure with players like Nevas, if they get an early card, I want to make sure that they're not tackling too dangerously. It's always somebody who gets an early card and then the AI... Oh, look, they're all getting carded. They're not even on hard tackling. The game loves to do this so that your players have a bad performance. It is something I've been... he's on harder tackles actually. It is something I've viewed before. So it gives you an early one so it can give you that second one late on if the... Oh, what goes wide. Okay, let's keep this up. Come on, boys. We can do this. We can do this. We haven't had a shot on goal yet, though. We have, well, for a second there we did have higher possession. Here we go. Telefico. Oh, that went into the box and he just couldn't get to it. Blind. He's a bit slow on the pickup, but he's spotted somebody. Telefico. Straight into the box. Cleared away. Van der Beek. Neves. Oh. Neves had a chance to send the crowd into raptures there, but he just couldn't get his foot around it. And it ended up a weak shot into the goalkeeper's arms. Legit gets up. Cerny. Oh, Neves gets it on the right. Oh, that was a poor, lazy pass. Not the type of pass I need to see here. And Pelkas has got through on the counter, but he's forced wide and he makes a wide shot. So the defence really worked well there to keep him back. And Legit's going to get this clear. Neres gets it on the counter now. So not doing too bad. Sirius isn't going to get over to it. So Ziyech cleared it away. Christensen. Neves. Oh. Telefico. Oh, he's pushed there. That was a push. Come on. Free kick. Frankie de Jong. Can he get it over the wall? Oh, blocked. We've still got some players out wide. Took too long to get control of that, so they're going to get it clear, unfortunately. Okay, not a bad start. 3 very quick chances, 1 on target. None of them were clear cut, and we're holding possession at the moment. So, Ziyech. Straight at the keeper, really. Straight at the keeper. But it does give us our 4th and 5th chance now. Still holding possession. Just a little bit over. 20 minutes in. Christensen, Van der Beek. Lays it off. Christensen, a bit of an early pass there. I don't agree with that. And so that comes to nothing, that chance. Telefico. After De Jong. Telefico. Oh, he's cut down, but De Jong's got space inside the box. So's Van der Beek. And yet another... I don't want to give them a hard time, but a lot of the shots are very, very poor. Oh, and it's a deflection! I think it's an own goal. It is. It's Leo Matos, the right-sided defender, who gives Ajax the lead. It was actually a good ball in. Sirius tried to kind of chest it down. Sirius, I don't know how you pronounce it. Sirius or Sirius. And it just deflected. Telefico coming back. Ajax having a good attack, but that pass was one of the laziest passes I've ever seen and went straight to the opposition. That's a red card. He went through him, referee. Red card. Shakov. Eugene Shakov can shack off. Right, okay, so we should be able to get control of this now. Telefico back into the box. David Neres really not... He's not doing what he should be doing. Come on. And another foul on Legit. Come on. They've been way over the top with their tackling today. They've upended players once or twice. Neres, Van der Beek. Oof, and that's a deflection. Van der Beek drops it in. Cleared away quite easily, but he's still there and he's got plenty of time. Lays it off to De Jong. De Jong steps past 2. Ziyech, he's cut down. A bit slow on the decisions here, Ziyech, De Jong. Nah, he's always going to lose the ball if he's wallowing on it like that. 12 shots though, 59% possession. No clear-cut chances though. That's always the bad part. I think Christensen, let's see if we can get something just before half time. Neres does nothing. De Jong, Telefico, Ziyech, Telefico, nice give and go there. Oh, cleared away. Van der Beek. Back into Neres. Oh, and he absolutely spoons it over. Should be playing rugby with a kick like that. Come on. So I think we're going to go with... I think they could do better. So maybe keep going. Just tell them to keep going. There's a couple of nervous players. I'm not a big fan of nervous players in my team. I know it's the first competitive match. I know some of them are young, so I'm not going to go... The ones who are young and nervous, I'm not going to go in on them. The others I am going to say that I'm assertively... Oh, Neres? No, we don't want... He's on a yellow card, so I have to take him out of that equation. I'm going to say assertively that I'm not happy with their performance so far. Demotivated one, but I don't care. Neres and Legit need to be careful of not getting a yellow card. So I'll say that calmly to them. Did it work on Neres or no? Oh no, didn't. So Neres... Okay, these guys are listening to me, that's good. Or it seems like they're listening to me. And Christensen is... Yeah, I think more to come from him. Is that what I was thinking before? Yeah, we'll do that calm as well. You can still improve, I've got faith. So, not a great team talk, but as I've said before, sometimes you can get red and you end up going on to score a couple of goals. So we are a man up. We should now be starting to really put the pressure on them. And if we don't, there's a failure on our part. Because having a man up in a big game like this... Oh! And Sierra just gets there but can't put it in. So I'm going to have a look at about 58-60 minutes, and this is going to be this will be the first performance based. Yeah, Van der Beek's gone into the ref's book, so I'm going to have to change his. If wait, personalised, use off tackles. So we are going to have to look at Tagliafico here and Vaclav, unfortunately, because Vaclav's not playing up to muster at the moment, so he might have to come on now. We've got Hunt there. Oh, now he's picked up a knock. What is it? Twisted knee. Let's just watch him a little bit. So we might have to make a double substitution here. He's getting some fitness back. He looks like he can play on. Van der Beek, De Jong, Tagliafico's just gonna... Yeah, he needs to come off actually. Should give them more than 10 minutes after half time, just see if they can kind of turn it around. But I'm not seeing it. And Neres has come off injured. Damn it. Right. We need to go with the right footer really. He's a natural midfield left. And Narad is a centre right, I think. Centre right. No side preference apparently. But he's an attacking midfielder, right? So I'm supposing he can. So yeah, he's gonna have to come on for Neres. That's sad to lose a player, especially with a twisted knee. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he'll come on and he'll do well, hopefully. We also need to make another decision because I think we're going to have to go tactically here. Tagliafico just isn't cutting it at all, so I'm going to make my second substitution as well. I'm going to bring Wobble on and I'm going to push Blind out. So I'm really hoping that will help us a little bit. Wobble's played in played in that area before, so he knows what it takes. Larad. Ugh, off the wall. I was hoping he was going to come on and make a serious... look at them upending our players. Come on, referee. You've got to get a bit harder on this. We had the man sent off, but then we've also had a couple of others. I'm telling you, if we don't win this by 3, and I honestly think by 3, I'm not going to be happy with them. I'm really not. Because they should be... They should be doing it here. This is just not... It's not acceptable. Cerny's not playing either, so he's going to come off as the final substitution. So now we have to make sure that we hope... Make sure... We have to hope that we don't get an injury. Now, he's motivated, but I just think... I know there's a couple of nervous kids and whatnot, but actually I'm going to do that through the tactics, because you can't do the team talk when you do a quick one. And I always forget that. So, I really need somebody who can come on and actually motivate these kids up. So, confirm the team talk there. So hopefully this is going to make a difference. Christiansen puts it just over the bar. And I'm telling you, 1-0's not going to cut this. We've got to go away from home and get a result if it's 1-0, and that's not good for us. Not good for us at all. Gabriel, Van der Beek. I think it's reset my corner takers, by the way, because I did it in a match, didn't I? Van de Jong. Blind. Blind passing now. Yeah, the lads are getting... I don't know if they're getting tired or what, but they're doing blind passes. That's not what they're supposed to be doing at all. Labiad into the box. That's good. Hunt, yeah. Super sub. Big man. Big head. Gets the job done. So, 2-0 is good. Can he get a brace? We really need that second one. We really do. We certainly don't want to concede. What about? I think we've got a bit about us now. Like I said, he might wake him up, and I think he might have. Look at this run. If he can get space, he can't. Christensen! Ziyech. Cleared away. Van der Beek will get to it, but these corners, this corner routine just doesn't look, even in pre-season match, doesn't look like it's really working. We'll have to work on that. Van der Beek, great ball into Blind. If he crosses it across, if he could have got a ball across the face of goal there, that could have been the third one. It really could. Oh, I thought that was going to pay off there. No clear-cut chances today. 30, but non-clear-cut. Pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. We need that third, we really do. De Jong. Everybody's just a bit too wide today. Blind. Yes! Get in! That's it! Oh, that's the one I wanted. I got it. Whoa, it feels like they're listening to me for once. It feels like they're listening to me. I know they're not, it's a computer game. Doesn't listen to you, but wow, it really does feel like they're listening to you. And it's not Hunt, yeah, but he's come on and he's really lit a fire under those kids, so a bit of passion never goes amiss. Maybe this squad was just too inexperienced to really push it in those last few minutes. I'd take a fourth. Oh, it was just the ending of the game. Okay, so let's face it. Johan Cruyff Arena, 52,000 tickets sold. Pretty good turnout by the fans, to be honest, for a non-important, really. Well, I mean, it's important in football in senses. But they've turned up and they've supported this team, and the team came back and it did its job. So I am absolutely delighted that the players who came on cut their own cut their own path into the game and really turned it from being what could have been a pretty drab 1-0 to a decent 3-0 win. Possession wise, we did well. Shots are good. Shots on target, okay, 50%, that's alright. I'd like it to be a bit higher. They only had 6 fouls and we had 14. I find that really hard to believe. They upended our players a few times. I wasn't too happy about that. I might mention it in the press conference. Average distance run, we've run a little bit more. I've said to before, I don't know whether that's a good stat, to be honest, because it means that we're going to be tired. Passes, we've had more passes completed, so that was good. Danny Blind, best performer, and their goalkeepers the worst. Struggle perform Zaklav Cerny and Leo Shawa. And obviously Shakov, who had to shack off very early in the match. So as they're saying, I predicted a draw before the match, and to be honest, I'm surprised Ajax have been able to win this one. I still believe the two sides are very similar, and this loss will have hurt Panathinaikos. I think it's Panathinaikos. So I'm gonna say I'm happy. I'm gonna say well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Says the players reacted well, but not amazingly well. These two guys, they need a bit of praise because they played really well. So I'll say assertive. I'm very happy. Ah, yeah, actually, him. No, I'll just say he did well out there. I think Daley Blind actually got better in the second half, but he did well out there. So I'll just tell them they did well. Tagliafico, terrible performance. So I'm assertively going to say you're not at your best and you deserve to come off. Neres, might need to talk to him about his injury. Oh, it doesn't give an option for an injury chat. So Vaklav Cerny, although he's young, he knows what he's supposed to be doing. And I'm going to say I wasn't happy with his performance either. And it says he looks delighted, which seems a bit strange, but there you go. Right, we'll end the team talk there. It seems to have been good. Seems to maybe have inspired a few players. They've definitely reacted well. And well, so quality possession provides the victory. This is the worrying one. 4 to 7 days with a twisted knee. Not as bad as I thought. He's a good player. He's Brazilian. He's got that flair. So we really want him back as soon as possible. Sirius makes his AFC Ajax debut. It was a long time in coming, but eventually, Kaj Sirius had I don't know how you pronounce it. Had a debut to remember by scoring in Ajax's convincing 3-0 European Champions Cup game. Supporters have had to remain patient to discover what he had to offer, and will undoubtedly be delighted that their new man was finally able to make an impact. He's valued at 700,000, currently has 3 years remaining on his contract. Whoop, whoop. That's all good stuff. So, press conference. Let's go. Quite incredible victory. Okay, it's very pleasing victory. No. The game's over. Really don't want to discuss it any further. A win against your first competitive match. Obviously, I'm very pleased. It's only one match. There's a long way to go. Public, we want to hear probably. Enjoyed the goal scoring debut. It was his debut. Oh no, a debut goes always nice, but it's early days yet, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him. Okay. Daley Blind was in fine form. He had a very good, solid game. I expect to see more of the same. Okay. So that's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of Moneyball. This was my first live stream of it. I've gone way over what I wanted, but I just wanted to kind of see how it would play out. We have a long way to go with this idea, but I have a feeling it's going to play out, and it's possibly going to work very well. I just have a good feeling about it. Players reacted badly to a press conference. Might not be as good as we think. But I'm really hopeful that this is going to turn into a nice little series for me, just something away from Elite Dangerous, which is the thing that I normally do, and other games I've not really been able to touch on that much recently, so it's just nice to have something, a little bit of a side project. I will do a live stream of it every now and again, but a lot of it is going to be short videos, between the 10 and 20 minute mark, just talking about what's going on and the signings I've made and as such. So for now I'll sign off and say goodbye, but keep that notification button pressed so that you can see when the next videos come out. I'll probably do one every few days this week and really put something into this. As long as people are watching and enjoying, I'll always keep on posting the videos of it. Until then, I'll see you later, as I would say in Elite Dangerous, 9-7, or see you later, alligator. Yeah, I think that's what I'll probably say.